After a crazy match against Team Impulse, Dignitas comes out ahead. I'm here with Shiphtur. Shiphtur, now, can you kind of talk a little bit about that game? Because it just seems like such a strange, there was a strange back and forth. We were talking about this before the interview started, where they'd have a gold lead, and then suddenly, like, Hecarim would just charge in, and they wouldn't have a gold lead anymore. It was kind of a strange match. So being behind the, or being in the chair, like, what was that like for you?
Well, at first we kind of messed up the level 2 gang bottom when I roamed. I showed a little bit too early, and I think we should have got a kill there. So that set us back a little bit, but it wasn't that bad because we got to figure out where Rek'Sai was all the time, so it kept our lanes really safe despite being down in CS. And then as for the up and gold like gold swings, I feel like they overreached a bit and didn't respect that we had Hecarim TP and TF alt with, and we both had home guard as well. So even though they chunked me, maybe they thought maybe they didn't see the home guard, so we just flanked them every time. And they did that like 2 or 3 times in the game, so that's where the goal came from.
Yeah, do you think it was just misplays on their part, or do you think you guys had a much superior comp? Because it did seem like you guys were kind of using your comp in a much better way.
I guess it was a little bit of a misstep by them because I remember when they were coming down mid for the tier 2, they were really low, so I thought maybe they'd back. But they kept going, so Gamsu was like, yeah, let's TP on them. So we just did it and just like almost aced them, I think.
What's it like playing against some of these other mid laners in the LCS as a mid laner? Because I haven't spoken with you in a while, so I'm kind of curious where you're kind of one of those players where people don't really know where to place you among in the skill rankings. Like Bjergsen gets a lot of attention now, Incarnation, Xiaoweixiao sometimes. But what are your thoughts on you versus the other mid laners in LCS right now?
Um, yeah, it's so weird because there's so many imports now. Like almost every mid's foreign. Like I think there's only a few NA mids now, so the competition just got really hard, like really fast. So I guess I was slow to catch up. So like in terms of laning, like I'm not that good of a laner. I'll like admit it. I'm not that good at CSing like that. But I think I just have like a good grasp on like when to roam, like when to make a play. I think that's when I outshine most mids.
Now, we were also talking a little bit before the interview, and you mentioned that you now have a new piece of swag after that game. What happened?
Yeah, before the match, me and Xiaoweixiao made a little bet, and we just bet our jackets on the game. Whoever won got each other's jackets. And he also bet hot pot because our jacket's a little bit more expensive. So
Okay.
like his is like I don't even know, like 60 something like that. Ours is like 80 something like that. So he bet hot pot as well just to like make it even. So yeah.
I like that it wasn't. It's like, okay, listen, there's a $20 difference here. Okay, like I'm not betting. Like this is a different valuation system here. That's kind of funny. And so now you have. Do you have it with you? You now this was worn by Zhao Zhao, and now you've taken it from him.
Yeah, this is mine.
Was he happy or salty when he gave it to you?
He looked kind of sad, not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'd look sad too because losing sucks.
Did you immediately stare at him and put it on and just be like, now who's the king?
I actually did put it on right away, but I like half put on while I was walking away, so because it is kind of rude. Just like I don't want to like bash him because we're really good friends, and I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know maybe some of the different like there a lot of people are friends between the different teams. I didn't realize in fact that you were friends with Xiao Weixiao. How did that happen? You guys just sit backstage and talk about stuff?
I don't know. We've been friends ever since like LMQ days. It's just like I'm thinking I'm really good. I'm really good at making friends with like foreigners, I guess. Like when they don't speak that proper English. So me and Xiao we'd like Skype all the time. We'd do it all the time. He'd like try to learn from my English, and sometimes he'd try to teach me Chinese, to, like be friendly. So I don't know. We just kind of just chilled ever since like LMQ days.
Have you learned much Chinese from him?
No, not not at all.
That's good. Hey, Dignitas seems to continue to look really strong. You guys are just a little bit behind the top teams now after last week. Is this what do you think it is? Because I was talking to Kiwi Kid about this, a couple weeks ago, but I think a lot of people are having a hard time. No disrespect, but having a hard time understanding where this like good strong dig came from because you guys struggled so much last split. So what is different? What's allowing you guys to hang out up top?
Um, I think like last split, we kind of assumed that we weren't going to do that well because that's kind of just how it works when you have a new roster. It's kind of what's happening with C9. Like I'm sure they're going to get better after a while too. So after the first split, we're just like we got used to each other a lot. The English is a lot better in our team, communication's a lot better, and the introduction of Helios makes like our jungle top synergy much stronger. Before it was kind of weak because the communication just wasn't there between Azingi and Gamsu. But now communication just flows through team. It's really fluid. We know how to play our team comps really well now, and we're just a team now.
There are a lot of people that are saying that your high placing in the standings is due to like the top teams being weaker, or suddenly seem like C9 looks weaker after their trade. TSM seemed to not look well at MSI, and since then they've been losing more than they did previously. What do you think that that's a fair assessment? Do you think that any part of your success is due to some of the teams that were above you before looking weaker, or is this all you guys?
The top teams definitely do look a little bit weaker aside from Liquid. Like Liquid teams really showing it. They're probably the best team in NA right now. And I don't know, like last split we lost to like the bottom teams all the time. But whereas this split, I don't think we'll lose to the bottom team. So we'll be at least like 6th or 7th at least and make playoffs.
Very, very good. Off to Madison Square Garden, hopefully for you guys. Is there anything that you would like to say to any of your fans?
Oh yeah, thank you for our fans. Sorry, for our poor performance in the past. We're trying to work really hard, and I'm gonna try to work really hard to boost my individual play too. Sometimes it's lacking. I know that, and I'm working really hard to improve that.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things League of Legends at GameSpot.com/LOL.